YouTube says I'm live. Hello, everybody. It's Saturday night again, March 14, 2026. I'm a couple of minutes early, and we'll wait for the notifications to go out to you guys.
You followed me across state lines. You really thought I'd run. Watch me 30 years in Malapan, Jersey girl with perfect plans. Garden raising my daughter, healing cats with gentle hands.
Hi, River Bluff. We all missed you last week. Hi, City of Fullerton. I am God. Welcome. How's your job going there, River Bluff? People were asking about you last week. Hi, Automat. Welcome. No, you're kidding. Oh my goodness. It's getting earlier and earlier. Creepy voice. I guess the creepy voice is being paid by my favorite Bureau of Investigation. What do you think? Oh no, it's probably being paid by our local government. Hi, user. Welcome. You know, that creepy voice is on my cameras too. So it's not just I'm sure, River Bluff. I mean, I can't even imagine what it's like moving to another state, starting a new job, and being targeted with morons following you. Hi, Angela. Welcome. First time. Welcome. Hi, Beyond. Welcome. Oh, I can't really say. It's been a challenge. It's a challenge when they're tormenting your animals. And stealing my time. So we've got the creepy voice. But so for anybody that's new, Angela, if you're new, you're not hearing things. I mean, there really is a creepy voice mumbling in the background. That's on my end. Those are my perpetrators want to interfere with the live chat. So we try to ignore creepy. Creepy needs to get his own live stream, his own YouTube channel. Hi, Joe. Welcome. Joe is our moderator. I appreciate you. Yes, I know. I was watching that earlier. Yeah, so Joe says, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Lorraine. We might have a chance of seeing this exposed in our lifetime as Redacted has begun talking about synthetic telepathy. Yes, and I have, of course, left my comments on there. I watched I watched half of 2. He was interviewing Jesse Beltram, and talking, and the ex-CIA guy, talking about how, you know, MK Ultra and all of this has never ended. It's just morphed into something new. Like they've actually never, the CIA's never said that it's ended. Like it's never said that it's ended in writing. And remember to hit the thumbs up, guys. Yeah, so I noticed that there have been a couple of videos. One, he was interviewing the former CIA guy. Then he's interviewing Jesse. They're talking about quote unquote, I can't stand the terminology, Havana syndrome. It's not just Havana. But the fact that it's being exposed is wonderful. They have a very large following. And this is important. This is happening to so many people. And I'm so glad that people are finding the channel and questioning what's happening to them. Because rather than going to, doctor after doctor who's saying, "Well, I don't know what's wrong," just like taking your animals to the veterinarian saying, "I don't know what's wrong. I don't know." And then spending thousands of dollars to find out that they don't know what's wrong because they're being hit with microwaves. They're being pulsed. They're being tortured just the way you and I are. Yes, the word is definitely getting out about the technology. Actually, there's so many YouTube creators talking about the technology, and it's getting out of hand. There are homesteaders, obviously the technology people are speaking out about it, but there are a lot of people talking about it now. I mean, the GOV can't ignore it anymore. So because they can't ignore it anymore, they have to start a war in another country as a distraction. And of course, there'll be other distractions too. Yes, 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 just I've seen that. And actually, there are some young people, they're building their own. They're showing how to build a microwave or how a microwave works. I've seen that. I've thought like in the past that a lot of these young, super smart young people, they could be helping us, on shielding and protection and stuff. There are videos on how to defeat the micro. Oh, that's great. Hi, con artists. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, see, River Bluff was missed. Yeah, I am so pleased that people are speaking out about it. Oh, the guy was from Eastern Europe. This is a worldwide issue. If you remember the channel, you can leave it in the chat. This chat is the place to post URLs if you've got your own YouTube channel that you'd like to share. Let us know. We'll follow you. And I received a wonderful email today that our subscriber Jackie, she was in deep trouble. Baker acted and everything, and she is good now. Her sisters have taken her in. She's on Long Island, and she loves it there. She says it's so beautiful. So that was positive. I did hear some negative news, and I'm not sure if I should share it yet because I don't have full confirmation yet about the passing of a journalist. Everyone should search an invisibility shield. You can buy them now. It explains shadow people. Well, that's been going on here for 6.5 years. I've got shadow people, boots on the ground, people wearing cloaked devices, hiding out in my house on the property, the frogging people. They're basically infraguard. Yes, if you have that link, if you have the link, just you can place it in the chat. Yeah, I actually have a couple of videos on the channel about camouflage and visibility suits. And I was reading a book, Camelio, by Robert Guffey. A strange but true story of invisible spies, heroin addiction, and homeland security. And he'd interviewed a Marine. A Marine had stolen some goggles that were like night vision goggles, and I guess the military was like after him for stealing this stuff. But nevertheless, it exists. These night vision goggles where they can see the cloaked people with these goggles. Oh, yes, yes, it's called cloaking. Yeah, I'll type the word. Even Harry Potter is using Harry Potter put out like a toy cloaking device. You know, they have to let the public know what they're doing. So there are invisibility suits. What it does is it refracts the light so that the individual, whatever it is that they're wearing, blends into the environment. It's sort of the way old camouflage used to work, where you're blending into a tree or the environment, like with leaves and shrubs and stuff like that. But this is completely different. But you can find these creepers. They set they set off motion lights. They set off motion lights, and if you have an IR camera, you'll see the halo, like the aura, the halo around them. Oh, Megadoss says, I think they wear invisibility suits and leave pine cones. Yes, they absolutely do. And this is very serious because they did this here a few years ago. They actually stole my cat off of my porch because they were cloaked. Imagine the terror an animal feels when an invisible person comes and grabs them. Yeah, this is technology that does exist. You know, the military, this is what they do. They study, or they have studied in the past, animals that are able to blend into the environments. They would actually capture these animals, torture them, you know, that's what we do. Capture the animals and see what part of their body, uh, what part of their anatomy changes their coloring. Yes, the military can be evil. No, the military are evil. Not, you know, the men and women that we know that join. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. One second, because I have a very slow laptop. And I also want to share with you a fabric that is supposed to help with shielding. Now, I don't know. I just discovered this. I haven't done any research on it. It's called, one second. It's called Insul Bright. Insulbright. Yeah, I'll post it. It's a heat resistant batting made from needle punch polyester fibers and a reflective metallicized film, making it ideal for projects. It's used in pot holders, oven mitts, and casserole covers. It helps keep hot items hot and cold items cold while being breathable and durable through washing. I'll cut and paste this into the chat. Remember to hit the thumbs up. Hi, SCL. Welcome, welcome. Yes, so this is a new fabric. I want to buy it and see if it works. I just read about it. I think it was yesterday or the day before. It's called Insel Bright. And let's see if I can find my cloaking video. Yeah, I actually have several videos where you can see my invisible perpetrators on the property. That's why they're disabling all of my motion sensor lights. Because this is very real. This technology is being used to break into homes, trespass property, thefts. Yeah, the background noise that you hear, that's the creepy voice. We unfortunately we have a creepy voice. It sounds like a grumbling or mumbling or like an electronic voice. You think copper works the best, but it's too expensive. Other government buildings use it with thick cement. Hi Pamela, welcome, welcome. Oh, I'm so glad, Pamela. Because there's so many people experiencing these symptoms and they're not sure what's wrong. So they go to a doctor and they get, meds for it without understanding why they're experiencing these symptoms. And very often making it worse. You can also use a headlamp LED light to remove your face from cameras too. So I'm just posting a couple of links in the chat of past videos where I've discussed cloaking devices, invisibility, cloaking. Hi, Sue Craven, welcome. Remember to hit the thumbs up when you come in, guys. Oh, your doctor gaslit you? Oh, that's not good. Oh, well, thank you so much, River Bluff. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Justice. Oh, you're newly subscribed. Oh, great. Welcome. Well, I have a lot of videos to help you. Well, I appreciate that, River Bluff. Thank you for thinking of us. Yeah, there's a lot of people are finally realizing that they are targeted, and that's why we need to share this information. We need to wake people up about what's happening. And it's not only happening to us, it happens to children, all ages, older, young, animals. Um, I had sent some photos of what has been done to my animals in the past to share with another targeted person who has a website who'll be posting some of these images. The program, yes, the program seems to be growing. They increased the budget. Well, it has, the whistleblowers have come forward that they were kind of forced to add people to the watch list, even though they were innocent. Hi, Amy. Welcome, welcome. Whistleblowers, former FBI whistleblower Stephen Friends, Kyle Seraphin. They call themselves the suspendables because they were suspended because they were these are Christian men, and they did not want to place innocent people on these lists. Hi, Beyond the Way, Ben. Where's the creep? Oh, he's coming from my home. Yes, yes. I see. The thing is, I don't hear it. I don't hear it until it's on the playback. When after the chat is over, and I go to playback the live chat, then I hear it. So while I'm recording right now, I don't hear it, but you guys hear it. Hi, welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. April 26th. Oh, that's at the FISA? Yes, so FISA 702 expires. Now, what happened last year is that on the eve of it being reenacted, the people who were against it initially suddenly voted for it. And it was so disturbing. I had even created a video. I was so excited that 702 was not going to be anymore, that it was going to be gone. But people are speaking out about it because what happens with FISA 702 is it was originally set up to monitor foreign quote unquote threats, foreign threats. But what happens is, let's say You have family that lives in another country. You move here to the United States, you become a US citizen, and then you're still in contact with your family in other countries. And let's say that family in the other country is under surveillance. So then you too will be caught up in that surveillance. And this is something that I had thought of because I had a staffing business at one time that, and I communicated with people in other countries, especially in India, where they were here on H-1B visas, programmers and network engineers and stuff like that. And I had thought, well, I wonder if my communicating with these people in other countries got me caught up in something because I don't know who I'm interviewing. I'm interviewing people who are programmers and I don't know what their history is. I don't know what their background is. So it could be that too. It could be anybody who's communicating with anyone in another country. And may she rest in peace, Kim Straub, who was a targeted nurse in Tennessee. She has subsequently passed away, but she would tell me that she would receive these anonymous, well, they're not so anonymous, but text messages from another country whose name I won't mention. And she felt that that was a way, like if she responded to those text messages, that that would be a way for them to continue the surveillance of her because they need to do it any way inhumanly possible. So they'll do it by sending you an email. And if you click on the email, that's the catch. If they send you a text message and they're from another country, a foreign entity, that's the catch. And then, of course, you've got your criminal local government that is willing to do anything for the cash. What, Joe? I believe. Oh yes, yes. You're talking about redacted. Sue Craven says this channel is edifying for victims of those criminals. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I am a victim of the criminals. And in sharing my evidence, it is encouraging other people to share and know that they're not alone and that this really is happening and it's craziness. It's wrong. Hi, welcome, Joshua. Joshua says we're all foreign. There are no resident aliens allowed permanent residence. USC 81421. Let's see, is anyone using my proof links to verify proof for themselves? I'm not sure what the proof links are. Okay, you still don't understand how there's so many people doing this to people. Well, first of all, we have been for decades now. We have been creating a society of narcissists. I can give you like a half a dozen reasons why that is, but we can point to social media, parenting, the food supply, and uh, big pharma. It is an agenda. And then, of course, we have the economic situation where there are people losing their jobs. And some people, when people are desperate, they'll do other things. And also the people that approach like your neighbors or whatever, they lie. They will dupe somebody into joining in, not telling them exactly what's going on. So I know, like in New Jersey, one of my really nice neighbors who I knew for a long time, they were getting that neighbor to just walk outside whenever I walked outside. And she would smile at me or wave or whatever. Now that seems innocuous, right? But what if that's happening every day with that one person? And then you've got all the other neighbors doing other things, and then it becomes this chaotic environment. Yes, yes, they are pulsing frequencies into my home, audible on video. I wonder how that affects you and my environment. Well, I will tell you, it's horrible. It's horrible. I have like nonstop, like pulse energy. I have a very large property, so I can tell because I'll walk to other parts of my property and I'm not feeling it. As soon as I get within like 20, 30 feet of my house, my ears start vibrating. And when I walk through my front door, like they will force me to urinate when I did not have to. I feel this pressure as soon as I walk into my house. It's not normal. Like I'm a sensitive person. And although, like, I've been dealing with so much here, sometimes your sensitivity kind of goes out the window where you've got to kind of shut it down. But no, I can feel it as soon as I get to my house. How am my sleep pattern's horrible. Horrible. I mean, you can tell by when I post my videos sometimes. I'll post a video at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was shocked though. Like, Richard Moore told me that his mom had passed away. But I was shocked because he did it at 2:30 in the morning. It's just like, how did he know that I was still awake? Let's see, they force you to urinate 5 times in the past hour. Yes, they do that. So Pamela says there are definitely 2 neighbors that work from home in an outside tent I know are involved. Yes, the word absolutely needs to get out. They heat you up when you're transacting in retail stores at the register. Yes, well, there was a video that I watched about how they plan perpetrators in several stores like Walmart or whatever, and they have the ability to do that inside these stores. I haven't been able to determine that that happens here because I have not been in town. I haven't visited any of our local stores in more than a year. Yes, the urination thing it's horrible. They did it to my mother when she was sleeping over my house, and my mother was so embarrassed. I knew what they did to her, so I didn't make waves about it at all. I just like helped clean it up. I wasn't going to tell my mother. It's the technology. Like she already believed what was happening with my house and what they were doing to me, but I think talking about how they're forcing her to urinate was going a little too far. Yeah, I'm not scrolling up here. Let's see. Okay, her neighbors are involved in targeting. Joe posted a link in this chat showing how the tech works and where you can buy it. Oh, okay, that's what I missed that. I missed it. I might have been looking for other videos. Let's see. Let me see here. Just is getting harassed by drones. Oh, I'm not seeing that link that Joe posted. If you posted a link, Joe, if you could post it again. Yes, Walmart is bad. You open carry when you go to Walmart. Isn't that horrible? You've shown links here of an invisibility shield. Okay. I must have missed it. Yes, you can be stalked by helicopters, fire trucks, police cars, loud cars. It goes on and on and on. Yes, River Bluff had started a new job. He'd moved and started a new job, but he wasn't here last week, and I think maybe even the week before that. So they get people involved because first of all, there are some people that believe anything they're told. There are other people that they're on the lookout for a target because it's something that they have done before. There are families that are psychotic and they get off on the sadistic pleasure of harming another person. It's sort of like there are generational families that are involved in satanic ritual abuse, and they look for a target. Yes, Amy, it's a silicone trivets. It's so sad how we've been reduced to such protective measures. Well, a rubber is supposed to be helpful, like thick rubber. I mean, you could probably buy very thick yoga mats. And then for all of you music people out there, there are noise deafening peel and stick. I don't know. It's like a metallic noise buffering. Your silicone coasters and trivets. You leave your smartphone at home during the weekend. Oh yes, there are flock cameras everywhere, and they can track you through the Ring cameras. Yes. Subway sandwich bread is the same ingredients as a yoga mat. That is funny. Oh, that's too funny. A river bluff, that is a wonderful. River Bluff says, I want to start helping targeted people that are struggling financially if I can. Hi, Mrs. Matson. Welcome, welcome. I think of you guys every time I see some damage to my property. And I actually thought of you when I posted the video about frogging, PHROGGING, which is a malicious form of criminal trespassing, where somebody's hiding out on your property, leapfrogging. I don't know about being wrapped in foil. Actually, I have found that if I use aluminum foil, it feels like it intensifies. I think with aluminum foil, it has to be like 7 layers, and it needs to be layered within another fabric, like a cotton fabric. I watched a video about a month or so ago. At first, I thought, it was like it was hilarious. Um, the woman was using sanitary napkins, because they're long and they're peel and stick. She was using sanitary napkins and she purchased these very long rectangular shaped magnets and you and line the sanitary napkins like in a sandwich form with magnets in between the sanitary napkin to use between your legs if they're targeting you in your genitals. Well, it is a very creepy thought that somebody's living on my property. There is somebody here, and I don't talk about it much, but because you all have your own issues to deal with, but I want to describe what I go through here just for like a few minutes. There's somebody on my property 24/7. And sometimes there's more than one person. If I go into the cat, and I know this, and when I go into the cat's building to clean, I can be in there 20 minutes, a half an hour. Hi, Eden's Living. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You tried calling your phone and it went straight to voicemail. Yes, yes, they're interfering with your phone. What's creepy about it is I'll go into the cat's building, and for anybody that doesn't know, because you're new, I have a 501c3 nonprofit cat rescue, Freya's Cat Rescue, and my cats are mostly located in another building that's about 30 feet from my house. So we're not talking like it's really far. It's about 30 feet, 35 feet from my house. I go in there to vacuum, clean up, scoop the litter, play with the kitties. While I'm in there, somebody is in and out of my house. Cars are driving back and forth on the county road, signaling to the criminal on my property. They wait for me to leave my house. Somebody automatically drives by. I do not have a basement or an attic. I do not have a basement or an attic, but I have vaulted ceilings. And when I moved here, I did not move into my house. I think it was 2 or 3 days. During those 2 or 3 days, they removed my entire floor that was tongue and groove, deliberately spaced them so that they were not fitted inside anymore, and screwed every panel down so that I couldn't remove it. There are millions of dollars involved in our targeting. I think people are living in my buildings, laundering in my good credit. They probably are. They probably are. And my neighbors, these are all predators. They're not even paying property taxes. But meanwhile, I was forced to pay close to $1,500 in property taxes, and I'm supposed to be exonerated. Now we've got a criminal cartel here in Jackson County, Kentucky, and I will keep saying it. They intercept my phone calls. Anybody that I try to call on behalf of my help, and I've even had other subscribers contact people. You know that guy Soft White Underbelly? He interviews people like real life circumstances. I've had people contact him for my story. Another targeted person, I've contacted him. I don't even receive a response. I've contacted lawyers. Now, I don't even get an automatic response back because all of my communications are intercepted, including real estate agents. So I am, and I will say it on the record, I am being human trafficked in Jackson County, Kentucky. Yes, my former sheriff, Paul Hayes, was no good. You looked him up. Yes, he was a state trooper. And when he was a sheriff here, he really wanted to retire. But meanwhile, while he was the sheriff, he had a deputy. His deputy was named Daniel Isaacs. Daniel Isaacs is our current sheriff. Daniel Isaacs has babies, a bunch of kiddos, with the criminals down the block. So there is a huge conflict of interest here. Huge. Yes, I need a de-Googled phone for privacy. I need to do something with my phone situation. And I do need to change my email address. I am trafficked. I receive alerts to my credit and my social security number and my email address, not the one that you guys know, have been located on the dark web. Somebody is using my email address and my social security number on the dark web. Fortunately, I'm alerted to it, but I don't know what to do about it. Hi, Julius. Welcome. Welcome. I don't know. I didn't see you come in. Mrs. Massett says, we totally understand what they're doing to you, Lorraine. The damage they have done to the home is just criminal. Nobody will ever pay for it. I guess what goes around comes around. Yes, Sue, you're right. We're all trafficked in some way or another. The unfortunate thing is that when you own a house or property and you're a single person, they really go after you. And Jesse Bell, I think that's his last name, Beltram, created a video where somebody was asking him, well, who gets placed on these lists? The first people he mentioned was whistleblowers. Okay, the first people are whistleblowers. And then he said that people who speak out or whatever. And then he said newly divorced women was next on the list. Newly divorced women. All the active shooters over the years have been Manchurian candidates via synthetic tip. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, yes. Should we name them? Aaron, Alexis, Myron, May. How about the Kentucky guy? This was like a year and a half ago. Some guy was like on the highway shooting people. And then suddenly he drops his weapon, goes into the woods, disappears, and somebody finds him unalived. The same thing happened with that YouTube creator, Pedito. Her last name was Pedito. I'm forgetting her first name now. And her boyfriend at the time, who deleted her. And then he goes into the woods and then he disappears. Somebody finds him gone. All of these people were taking pharmaceuticals. They were all hearing voices. There's a manifesto that Kohlberger wrote where he said that he was hearing these voices telling him to do stuff. Now we're talking about these are PhD level people like James Holmes. Let's see. Remember the governor from Arizona who got hit? I think Gabby. Yeah, Gabby Petito. Gabby, yes. Gabby, yeah, and Gabby Giffords, yes. Isn't that unusual that they both have the same name, Gabby? That's not a common name. Amy says, I feel enraged by what happens on your property, Lorraine. I was trying to clean my garage today and I saw all the vandalism. I'm so angry. All the theft and senseless vandalism by law enforcement. Yeah, law enforcement. Well, karma's coming for these people. Carmageddon. They do hate women. They hate women who are not married. Oh, let me tell you about what Paul Hayes said to me. When I moved here, he told me that I should get a gun and a dog. And every time I saw him, he told me, you need to get a dog, get a dog run, and a gun. I never did get the dog. And then one of the last times he says, you need to get a dog, a gun, and a husband. Imagine a sheriff telling me that I need to get a husband. Well, I had one and I got rid of him. Imagine a sheriff telling me that I need to get a husband. Yes. Yeah, so all of the women around here that really can't stand their husbands, they probably stay with them just because they know that they're going to be targeted if they leave them. Let's see. Also, Lorraine, the news story of the woman who just shot. Oh, yes. Did you see that? At Rihanna's home. She said that she heard Rihanna and others speaking and that Rihanna wanted to kill her. Yes, possibly V2K. Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes. River Bluff says, Lorraine, your targeting is the most obvious I've seen. Well, first of all, I appreciate your watching. I appreciate your listening. I know it's got to be really hard for you guys because you're targeted yourself. And I don't expect you to, be more re-traumatized by what I'm going through. But I share it. One, I have to get it out somehow. And also, there are a lot of people out there that this is happening to, and they don't know what's going on. Well, no, it's been close to a year. Yeah, Mark from Soft White Underbelly. He has not contacted me. I had a subscriber write to him from her email address, but she's a targeted woman too. And he never got back to her. And never got back to me. Yes, I really like Mark also. I would like to watch more of his videos because I love his interviewing style and the people that he interviews, but sometimes they're just so long, an hour and a half. I don't have the time to watch these videos. Sometimes I'll listen to them while I'm cleaning, cleaning the other buildings, and I'll hear it in the background. The gang stalkers could have threatened Soft White Underbelly on the down low. Yes. Well, I believe my targeting is very severe, and I'm not sure who's involved, but I'm going to say some high level person. I was actually, my father worked for IBM, and he was also in the army. I can't really go into all the details of it, but my entire family is targeted, but I didn't even know it until recently. They did my brother first, um, and my half brother, my father. They targeted his wife and me. So I think it might all stem from my father. It's very possible. Yeah, it's horrible, Amy. You get so angry. And it's happened to you and the filthy organized gangs. They're filthy. They threaten people. They also dress up and impersonate undercovers and then mention you so that it scares them. You're absolutely right. And you know that there are some videos on YouTube about that. The gang stalkers will threaten people and also dress up and impersonate undercovers, then mention you to them. And so it scares them. And yes, they actually give out the sheriff's departments give out fake badges. That's come out in a lot of videos. Hi, Ace of Cups, welcome. That they give out these fake badges for them to flash. Yes, yes, I love how they mob you at stores and get in your way and say, "Excuse me." No kidding, you purposely put yourself in my way. Thank you, Sue Craven. I know it's horrible here. I really need to get out of here. I've got to get really creative about how to get my property sold. It probably means that I'm going to have to be driving out of this town to get some assistance because I'm too predictable here. So I need to go drive somewhere and pay somebody to get me the fuck out of here. Let's see, Soul Pay. I don't know who that is another person who fell victim to this program. She was only 18, and not many have heard about her or her story. I don't know who that is. Okay, so generational targeting is done to create subjects that can easily be controlled by the third generation. STL says, I've had two fake looking cops knock on my door. They seemed off, weird and jittery. Well, I don't know if you've been following the Guthrie case, the 87-year-old woman that was abducted in Arizona. Savannah Guthrie's mom. Well, they had some alleged fake FBI people knocking on doors there. And then you had two real cops visit to ask about a woman and a man arguing in the hallway, and phony ones. Yeah. Katie, hi, welcome. Welcome. You need to move. I'm under constant V2K. They won't leave. Well, unfortunately, the targeting does follow you. You do get a break in between because they have to set up at the new location. So, and I remember when I moved from New Jersey to Kentucky en route, my tinnitus totally disappeared. And then when I got here, I mean, of course, the stalking continued, but my eyesight reverted back to its normal vision. My hair started growing, my skin cleared up. So, like when I was living in my car, my health reverted back to its normal, healthy self until I moved into this house. Let's see, the southeast is hell for targeting. It is. Yeah, it does follow you. Gangsters believe they can make credible psych evaluations on people they haven't even attended a university in the field to study. First of all, um, I have two psychology degrees, and I can honestly say with conviction that I absolutely believe that many of my neighbors are severely personality disordered, narcissistic, and psychotic even. And unfortunately, they're teaching their children this disgusting behavior. Okay, let's see. Sue says, I ran from St. Louis to California, literally. Katie's under constant V2K. They won't leave me alone. They're relaying thoughts to me all day long. You've got to listen to music. There is a YouTube creator I really like. I'll type it in. Wasn't she, unlike, who are you talking about? Wasn't she? Let's see. Oh, Tina Booth. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, Tina Booth is not a psychologist. She was an assessor. They had just hired her at that time. They just hired her. No license, no certification even. Not even a certification. Zero. Blue Scalers, that's it. Yes, he. I don't know if it's he or she. Blue Scales, SCALES. A few days ago, created a V2K blocker that was 24 hours long, nonstop, no interruptions. There were no advertisements, so you could go there and listen to that. Yes, the East is bad, the West is bad, the Midwest is bad, the entire country is bad. Oh, you should no credentials and no training, really. No training. Hi, Michael Porter. Welcome. Gangsters communicate in public areas using music. They even have their own amateur artists sometimes. They play certain songs to convey messages. We are in Suckville, USA. Yes, yeah, she was very unprofessional to physically confront me. No, she broke into my house. She broke into my house, and then the Manalapan police wiped clean the porch security cameras. And I had two of them. They wiped them clean. They did not wipe clean the other cameras, so I caught everything that was going on the driveway, and that's uploaded to my channel. So I've got a playlist called Manalapan, New Jersey. And you can go see what was going on there. Hi, Solid Stone. Welcome, welcome. Yes, I have a playlist, Manalapan, New Jersey. Yes, I have the high pitch buzzing 24/7 in my ears. It's actually it's like in my ears, but it almost feels like it's in the middle of my head. Let's see, Julia says they used to call me in the middle of the night, but then I stuck my phones in the refrigerator. Oh, Creep by Radiohead. Oh, yes, I remember that song. Yes, yes. Remember to hit the thumbs up, guys. Yeah, it says that there are 47 watching and only 28 thumbs up, but you have to understand that I have a female cyber stalker. I know she's listening. And then my neighbors, they've got nothing else to do on Saturday night. So they're listening. I guarantee because there's one who is absolutely obsessed with me down the block. Well, yeah, the woman cyber stalker, I believe she is. Well, that's what I was told. I don't know, and I don't really care. But I haven't seen Foxy in a day. I'm wondering if Foxy's got babies. Yeah, I did not see Foxy. And the reason is Foxy does not like the raccoons. So I've got a raccoon swarm, and Foxy does not like the raccoons. Yeah, my vision has been blurred. I'm actually wearing glasses. I don't need to wear glasses, but they're blurred my vision too. Foxy uh, probably has a dent somewhere. Let's see. Just says there are acoustic speakers they can listen into your home by the vibrations of the glass. They can use a laser to eavesdrop too. Hi, Elsie. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, I saw Foxy about a day ago. But again, like Foxy is jealous of the raccoons. There's a swarm of raccoons. It's just too many. I don't mind one or two, but it's like I've got six, and that's only the ones that come out on my porch. I mean, I don't know if you saw the short video that I posted. I actually have a raccoon that has been opening my front door. Like if I don't latch it closed. Let me see if I can find it. One second. It's called Persistent Raccoon. Opens front door. Persistent raccoon opens front door. The door kept closing on the raccoon. It was so funny. But the thing is, like, the raccoon was doing it several times before I ran to get my phone and actually record it. Like, it happened several times. I said, "Oh, I've got to photograph this. This is too funny." Let's see. They use a satellite. It's like a blue beam, and your phone is like a Bluetooth for them to target you. STL says, I'm researching optogenetics to how they use light to stimulate our brain areas, neural entrainment. Well, I will tell you as a fact, today they knocked me out 3 times for about 20 minutes each time. Okay, guys, please, somebody hit the thumbs up because it says that there are 33 thumbs up. We got to change it at least to 34, please. Let's see. I yelled at my neighbor one night. They know that I know. She's a single young woman. Hi, Katie. That's why MK Ultra was also called Project Bluebeam. That was on the deleted files. They managed to get rid of 98% of the MK Ultra files. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, now I see it's 35 thumbs up. Thank you. MK Ultra never ended, and now with the advanced technology, it has ramped up beyond, beyond. I mean, I've mentioned that not only they can target us through the wall, with through the wall radar, they can find us, but their technology can go through the walls to target any place on our body without harming the walls so much. It could go right through your clothing without disturbing your clothing and go straight to your body. So you can have a cut, a scar on your body or straight through your clothing. And they do this. They use the fire truck sirens. Oh yeah, they love that because it's noisy. They're running for an emergency. They think that you're an emergency. Let's see, you're buying some hearing protection for the noise campaign of the fire trucks. Well, I've heard like they're called noise canceling, no, bone conducting earphones are supposed to help. I don't own them, so I don't know, but I've heard other people say that it's good. Yes, Redacted had a video about. I was watching that today about Project Artichoke. Yes, you woke up with slices on your arms and hands. That's exactly what they do. You can't figure out where they came from. I'm trying to figure out where the entry point is in my house. Yeah, the absolute sadists. Yes, it's strange. The criminals are hunting the innocent. It should be the other way around. The world has become totally bad. This is a satanic agenda. These are occult crimes. Well, in New Jersey, I used earplugs, and they seem to help a little bit, like little rubber earplugs. Yeah, these creatures are so evil. I had actually asked ChatGPT, and let me go look in my inbox because I saved it. I received an email. I'll read it. Let's see. Brain damage and mind control. This is Benjamin from targeted individual against RF-based weapons. Generational plan to damage our brains for satanic mind control system by Benjamin Conine, Conine. It's important to understand that before creation, there has to be destruction. And when it comes to mind control, this universal rule is the same. Beyond the current state of RF based mind control, we have to look at how they degrade our brains first. The MK Ultra project showed that they were rapidly trying to find chemicals to cause temporary and, more importantly, permanent ways to disable critical thinking of the civilian population. They learned that the prefrontal cortex and dorsal anterior could be damaged or compromised to allow hypnotic suggestion or trauma based mind control. During hypnosis, the scientists found a region of the brain called the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex that became less active. Studies have found that that region helps people stay vigilant about their external environment. Spiegel noted that highly hypnotizable people are also more likely to lose themselves in a sunset or a movie. The activity in their dorsal anterior cingulate cortex may account for that behavior too. It's obvious this means at this time to cause this cognitive damage was neurotoxic chemicals in Project MK Often, which is actually the research I was doing on MK Often. They searched for brain altering chemicals for the purpose of mind control. The CIA set up multiple secret labs and even infiltrated Fort Detrick with a cell of CIA scientists, and then they administered substance to prisoners at black sites while conducting. Wait, let me scroll down here. conducting horrific mind control experiments, leaving an unknown amount of people tortured to death or insane. They found many substances and started to scheme how to get this into the unsuspecting American population as seen here. These substances were numerous and, of course, classified. We know the CIA released billions of doses of LSD that could have been all adulterated with chemical compounds. Don't eat the brown acid. The illicit drug market was and still is fertile ground for the poisoning of civilians secretly. They would also use laced cigarettes to damage people's brains using untraceable chemicals like methyl ethyl ketone. It was a practice known to be done in the Soviet Union as well. And then they started to use pharmaceuticals, jabby wabbies, and neurotoxic food additives as main vectors to damage the brain, leaving people more vulnerable to various forms of mind control. From mercury to aluminum in the jabbies, microplastics, artificial sweeteners, industrial chemicals, to the illegal drugs, and the CIA helped get trafficked into the country. They conducted a campaign of mass brain damage, 5G, Wi Fi, and Bluetooth. It's now known that EMF emitted from cell phones, Wi Fi, 5G, and Bluetooth all cause brain damage. And by the way, there are so many people coming up with brain damage, brain cancer, because of their phones being placed next to their head. Let's see, Justice, I need to meet others like you in Australia. If there's anybody in Australia, leave a comment down below. Do you know that being in this program, there's a chance they will want to recruit you? It says it in the gang stalking. There ain't no way they're recruiting me. That's why they're trying to delete me. Let's see. I hate driving through all the people trying to cut me off. Pamela's, I'm just waiting for them to screw up. Katie, I felt like that too, and they had given me hallucinogens one morning. There are special ventilation systems that you can buy that are reasonably priced. Most of the chemicals are no longer legal in California. Yet, actually, they spread aerosol on my property last night. There was no aerosol when I walked out of my house going into the Cats building, but when I exited the Cats building, the aerosol was there. So, fortunately, I wear turtlenecks, so I just cover my face with my turtleneck so I don't have to inhale that nonsense. Remember to hit the thumbs up if you haven't already done so. Well, actually, in the Epstein files, there was an entire folder or file on a woman being a targeted female in Australia, documented for 20 years. In the Epstein folder, a targeted woman in Australia for 20 years. Plants are the best. Well, they damage. Hi, Layla. The plants are the best air filters. Well, you're fortunate that they don't bother your plants, because I know you did, STL. I know you did. They've destroyed my plants. There are lawyers that deal with Havana syndrome. I would go to the hospital and get a brain scan, but it probably will leave the hospital with an implanted chip. Well, that's quite possible, Michael. That is quite possible. Let's see. TH says, I can't imagine the chaos when they release this on everyone, our program, that is. I think it's close to massive numbers of people being recruited and gang stalkers. Yes. They wouldn't publicize their own crimes if they include the Australian ones. Yes, exactly. They don't want to implicate themselves. The Black Awakening is what we are experiencing. Thank you, Amy. It's good to have ventilation that pushes the indoor air directly outside. Yes, yes. If lawyers were to get into this niche, they would be busy all the time. Like, we really do need like a couple of class action suits and individual lawsuits because this is what's happening to all of us is horrific. Yes, long-term gang stalking will damage the mind through trauma, which is passed on to children. Well, fortunately for me, I will no longer be gestating children. I'm beyond birthing children, but I'm sure my neighbors are not beyond birthing children because they're still birthing children down the block, and they're going to pass it on to all their birth children. Let's see. Russ Dizdar explains clearly. Yes. Um, yes. Some lawyers can be intimidated into refusing to help TIs. Well, the thing is, like, lawyers kind of have a lot of power. So if a lawyer is going to be intimidated, then that's not a lawyer you would need to hire anyway. You need a lawyer who's got balls. That's it. Let's see. Lawyers are involved in Tennessee in the gang stalking. I believe that. Yes. Yes, it's trauma based mind control and satanic ritual abuse. You're right, Joe. Lawyers ultimately work for the courts. Unfortunately, that's true. I've had so many lawyers in my life. It's absurd. Lawyers, judges. I had. You would think that like I was some celebrity to have a 3.5 year long divorce. It was just absurd. The Black Awakening is there's like we all of us people waking up. The people are waking up, and even young people are waking up. Oh yeah, I will say that I was literally financially great in New Jersey during my divorce and post divorce. My divorce cost about $54,000, and then post divorce with lawyers that I hired and consultants, and then filing pro se ultimately, probably another $20,000. That's like $75,000 just to get rid of a guy. Is that amazing? And then I have Sheriff Paul Hayes tell me that I need to get a husband. It's like, what planet do you live on? It cost me so much money to get rid of my ex. It's ridiculous. The lawyer that finally divorced me, he was a great guy. He was great. Good law firm too. And that lawyer, when after the divorce was final, my lawyer came up to me, he says, your husband's crying in the hallway. It's like it's like it's like I said, you're kidding me. Like, this is like absurd. Yes, we're not in their club. We're the light of the world, and they exude darkness. Oh, of course. There are 8 million of us. Michael, in 2016, the ACLU published Trapped in a Black Box: Growing Terrorism Watch Listing and Everyday Policing. It's a PDF that you can locate online, but I read it on my channel. And actually, Freedom Voice Online is doing a video about it now also. It's exceptional. Every targeted people needs to read this PDF. It's free. Did my husband put? My husband doesn't have the pull to put me on any list. However, I've been before so many lawyers that any one of those lawyers could have, instigated that. And let me tell you, my ex-husband's lawyer was a piece of crap. What a piece of crap he was. Oh my goodness. And the criminals are driving by now, revving up the engines. You think you have divine feminine? I have divine feminine energy. I was actually thinking my birth chart earlier today, but because you know that they target you also through your birth chart with your date, time, and place of birth. These criminals know your birthday. The deletes, I call them the deletes. Um, the Black Awakening, the rise of the satanic super soldier, and the coming chaos. Oh, is that what that is? Oh, okay. It's a spiritual reason they have for attacking. Oh, okay. Well, it's interesting you say that because I would say that at the height of my spiritual awareness is when I became targeted. But I think that I was actually targeted before I became what I've been telling everybody and you guys have been, because I woke up with scratches all over my back. And this is before. I was actually dating a guy at the time, and I had woken up with scratches all over my back on a night that I was sleeping alone. And I remember telling all of my friends, it's like, what the hell? Like, what happens? Oh, thank you, Joe. Joe posted a link, the Black Awakening, blackawakening.com. Oh, that's so interesting. SCL says, yesterday I was reading comments on a religious channel where they were talking about their ears ringing so badly and no one realizes that it could be microwave weapons or frequencies. Yes, we have been labeled an enemy of the state. Well, and also test subjects, which is why, like, they can't confirm or deny in the name of national security, because if they told us, then they would have lawsuits everywhere. Yes, MK Ultra active shooters makes sense. Yes. But they do know your birth chart. And they target you through your birth chart. And obviously these criminals know, or who understands what it means. Because just because they have it doesn't mean they understand what it means. Because we all have a destiny. We are, at the time of birth, we are imprinted with energy and a destiny. And for anybody that doesn't realize that, our souls have chosen our parents for, for our life lessons. Let's see, has anyone here actually recorded my links for their own research? What links? Recorded my links for their own research. I'm not seeing any links here from you. I see Joe's link. I posted some links. Yeah, so to get back to how many of us, okay. With traps in a black box, growing terrorism watch listing, and everyday policing. This was based on the FOIA request of the FBI. The ACLU FOIA request of the FBI. I think it was in 2008 or whatever. So this is old information. And their consolidation of this information was finally published in 2016. At the time of the 2016 publication of Trapped in a Black Box, they noted 900,000 people on the various lists. That was based upon 2008 FBI information. So we're going to fast forward to 2026. I actually called Jesse's office and I spoke with somebody there. And I said, well, what's your take on there being approximately 8 million people on the watch list? And I don't remember the guy I spoke to. I'd have to look in my phone. He said, oh, no, it's way more than that. He said it's in the hundreds of millions. Oh, okay. Thank you, Joe. The links don't show because they need to be the channel creator or a mod. Post the links again and space the .com. Oh, yes, yes. For some reason, I thought that it was okay in the chat. It could be that they're being held for review. There are lawyers involved in my divorce that have been involved in the gang stalking. I believe so. Oh, I think I mentioned that. Well, I don't know. I probably shouldn't say it, but I think that one of the lawyers, the one that I reported to Governor McGreevey for not getting me a divorce on a timely basis, he was. I think he was attracted to me. I'm going to say that now for the first time. That guy was attracted to me at the time. But he kept charging me and charging me and charging me. Did nothing. I believe he was part of the gang stalking. I believe it probably started during my divorce. I think they go after divorced women. I think is a program. They're all in on it. They go after divorced women. Oh, the creepy voice is getting louder at 9:30. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, KG. Okay. Let me get my phone. I will tell you what KG said. 1 second. Where's my phone? Where'd my phone go? All right, 1 second, because I received a text message from her. Okay. Let me scroll up here. It was a very long message, and I'll just read it to you guys. This was on March 4. KG says, hi, it's KG. Just letting you know my torture is at emergent amounts. I'm almost dead. So if no one hears from me, they got me. So I asked her some questions. She says, I just woke up. I don't know, it's late here. I can't think yet to tell you what's going on. As I type this, a fire engine just went by with their loud siren. It's not the regular one. She says, I don't want to wake you up by sending you a text message. Let's see. They are heating me up past the point of discomfort. It's now actual burns, bleeding, skin peeling off. I'm bleeding out of orifices that shouldn't be bleeding. It's so severe, I'm waking up soaked in sweat, but it's not normal. It's like jelly substance, and it's leaving this gray, whitish film all around the sweat marks on my bedding and clothing. My house is around 67 degrees, so it's not from that, and the burning part of my face, neck, arms are the parts exposed to the cool air. They're attacking my teeth, the nerves are being hit so much, it's as if every tooth is being drilled into at the same time. I've never had any teeth issues until this stuff started happening. They're burning the skin. It's electrical burns. Then they hit my eardrum so hard they bleed. It feels like huge needle being shoved right into the nerve. It's beyond painful, so my ear canals are swollen. I don't even look the same. My phone didn't recognize my face, she says. That's how bad it is. Then they're tearing the ligaments and muscles around the jaw joint under the inflamed ear canal and constantly poking at that nerve so the muscles are pulling at my jaw apart. Then they slam my jaw shut into my tongue and make my tongue bleed. I have to keep my jaw open to withstand the pain. I passed out from the pain a few times already. I can take a lot of pain. I've done it since birth, but this is beyond that. Then when I'm sleeping, knocked out, besides the usual sleep deprivation BS, like knocking on my shower bedroom door, ceiling, footsteps, sounds, cracks, creaks, beeping, they're effing with my dreams and violently. I mean violently, she says. They're lifting my head up and shaking it so hard, I'm getting concussed. I wake up from the sound of my head soaking against the pillow back and forth. I never get any REM sleep. I can't say the other stuff. They're making my mouth so inflamed, my lips burn. And then they do this vile thing. I can't say this either. Then they've ramped up the drink swaying nausea feeling so bad. I can't walk straight. I'm constantly getting tossed around by the vertigo. That's, she says, that's just a tiny bit of what's going on. I can't eat. I can't keep liquids down. So KG's in Washington. So if anybody's in Washington, she says, I have no family or next of kin. And then she did post like a short video or something, like a couple of days after this, because she was able to go out and I guess do some grocery shopping. She came back and somebody was in her house and filthied up her bathtub. She posted photos of what they did to her bathtub. They must really be threatened by TIs to be throwing all these things at us. It's hard to stomach. I feel like I've been through an extreme workout when I sleep. Yes, exactly. It took a few days at the gym and it feels worse. If they see that we're resting and fighting hard, they give us torture. It happens to me too after I post things. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I've noticed like they have really amped it up on me within this last month. I don't know if like you could hear it in my voice, like my sinuses, like I feel like I'm like congested and I don't have a cold. Yes, yes. I know. I hope she feels better too. You know, it's hard to know what other people are experiencing. And, for obvious reasons, we don't talk about everything that we go through. Oh, good night, Joshua. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining in tonight. Katie says they broke into my home and stole money the other day. They're thieves. I'm absolutely convinced that these people would never be where they are without stealing from others. They're thieves. So yeah, so it's 11:30 Eastern now. We've got another half an hour to go for anybody that wants to continue chatting. Lala says you get constant muscle twitches, nonstop headaches, and of course ears ringing. Uh, your balance is totally out of whack. How's I don't know. Ace of Cups. I don't know. I haven't had time to check. I haven't had time to even check. But it will probably take a couple of months for it to get back in the swing of things because they interrupted the channel when like the earnings were escalating. So now I sort of have to start all over again. I know, I know. I don't know if there's going to be any kind of a back pay, but I'm going to look into other ways of adding to the channel that helps it to automatically earn money. Let's see, Epsom salt. They're cooking the blood-brain barrier. Magnesium deficiency reduces calcium absorption. Yes, yes. There are magnesium flakes that you can buy in addition to the Epsom salt because, from what I understand, not all Epsom salts contain the really good magnesium that you need. The company Now, NOW, sells magnesium flakes for the bathtub. Yes, magnesium and calcium. Yes. Yeah, and I was actually listening to, I think it was Dr. Berg this morning. He was talking about magnesium. Yeah, if you go on to I purchased my magnesium flakes from Vitacost. Oh well, thank you, SDL. I mean, you kind of have to make light of it somehow, you know. So we've got our acronyms. The LOPS, POPs, COPS, MOPS, WOPS, DOPS. Yes, that's it. Ace of Cups. That's it. Yes. Yes, Tina Booth broke into my house. Yes. That's it. That's the property. That's the video. Well, thank you, Sue. I appreciate it. Yes, 8 minutes and 24 seconds. Yes. Yes, I order from Vitacost.com. They package everything well. I don't know. I've been with them for probably, I don't know, 15 years. And they not only sell snacks and stuff like that, they sell paper. For any of you guys that are interested, like they sell bamboo toilet paper, which is better than the regular toilet paper. Bamboo paper goods. They sell pet food. They sell cat and dog food. They sell paper plates. So you really have to look there. They sell all kinds of like facial creams and stuff like that. Hi, Matson. Welcome, welcome. That was 2018. I did not know. I really didn't know what was going on. I had no explanation. I just thought it was the feral cat cartel harassing me. That's what I did. I did not know what gang stalking was. I didn't know. But my mother hired a security firm to come out to my house to kind of, comb through it and stuff. And they would not even talk in my house. They talked to me outside. And they said they see this often. They advised me to not file police reports anymore. And we were talking mostly about the property mobbing. They were trying to steal my house back then. No, actually, a cop bought my house. So my house in New Jersey was so horrible that one of their own little blue line cult members bought it. He was in my house for literally 3 minutes. He didn't even go into the backyard and then left and made an offer on my house. Let's see. Uh, Amazing Grass. Oh, what is that? Amazing Grass. Is that a powder? Like, is that a drink? Hi, Tony. Welcome. Remember to hit the thumbs up, guys. Is that a powder, Joe? Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out. Amazing Grass. And the one thing about Vitacost is they actually will have a lot of sales. They have like really good juices. Let's see, they bought it way below the actual property. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely, they brought it way. And plus, I incurred so much money in property damage. That guy, not only did he get my new hardwire security system, he got my flatbed screen TV, he got the new windows that I installed throughout the whole house. I completely renovated a new bathroom. I had a new mini split. He got like a new shed. All the hard work I put into that house, that little blue line cult member bought, undervalued, and now the house is going for $1 million, close to $1 million. Yes, still there. Yep, 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 yep. So the people that are joining in now, we spoke earlier about cloaking devices, invisibility suits. This is a very real thing. We also spoke about frogging, PHROGGING. This is where somebody will literally hide out either on your property or inside your house. So this would have to be a small, flexible individual. Yeah, lentils are very good for you. Lentils are probably like one of the best foods that you need to buy, like in case of an emergency. Justice for chosen, yes. You used to fast to get back into it. There's also a store that sells reverse osmosis water. Yes, I heard something about that. That's supposed to be really good for you. The creepy voice is piping up again. you know, he's got to have a bang in the last 15 minutes of the live chat. And I don't even know what to do about it anymore. Like, I don't even know how they do it. It must be going through like my speaker or whatever. But sometimes that creepy voice, I can hear it on my cameras. So it's definitely on my end. The creepy voice needs attention. Yeah, just like all the other perps, right? It's just another perp. The creepy voice is just another perpetrator with our tax dollars, right? So FISA 702 is going to come up for review again in April. So what do we do about it? Do we contact our Congress people? Are they going to be blackmailed and bribed again? Yeah, creepy voice is a distraction. Absolutely. And I think what it does is it further harasses everybody in the chat because you know that it's there. I don't hear it until on the playback. A creepy voice is a bot. Okay. Hi, Max. Welcome. The criminals are just cooking. Oh, that's horrible. And these criminals have placed ants on my laptop. Good night, River Bluff. Thank you so much for being here and for the super chat. I really appreciate it. And I hope everything's working out well with your job, your new job. Yes, some programmer created a bot to stalk me on my channel. Yes. Oh, they're doing everything inhumanly possible. It's ridiculous. There was a targeted woman that I was in contact with a couple of years ago, and she stopped. I mean, I shouldn't be laughing. She says, "Well, she stopped communicating with me. She says you're too targeted." It's like, oh, I'm too targeted. Well, that means that you're not targeted enough. I'll give you some of my targeting. Yeah, what they do to animals is just horrible. So also, guys, there's a website that you might be interested in. I'll type it in the chat. It's called it's targetedhumans.org. Oh, they chipped your cat. Oh, that's not good. You know, they manipulate those chips. STL says if we use digital recorders while we sleep, we can hear all kinds of voices and conversations most times. That is if the criminals don't know that you have it, and they can delete the batteries. Oh, guess what? I've got sirens going on in the background now here. In this little remote rural area. That's a sirens just drove by. Well, you know, isn't that a great website? I'm so glad you're locating it. Sign up for her newsletter. She's got a really good newsletter. She is an expert on that disease. Yes, very good. I have another. Let me just post this in the chat. This is kind of an important protocol. I have an ant crawling up my hands. Let me get this for you guys. She works very hard on her website. Very, very hard on her website. The link that I'm posting, I just found this guy. He's in Mexico, and he treats Lyme and the Morgellons. And that is a protocol. And he is a medical doctor, by the way. He's a medical doctor. The link won't work. What link won't work? Let's see here. How about, oh, you know what? I might have it up here already. 1 second. Here. My cursor froze. Let's see. There you go. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So if you go to targetedhumans.org, she has a section of TI injuries on the left-hand side. And she's creating a pets injury page also. So of course I contributed quite a few images that are disturbing. If you go to the targetedhumans.org, the injuries page, because I can't show you this on YouTube, you can see the triangle. You see the triangle cut in the arm there? That's actually my arm. They target the eyes of animals. Oh no. Oh, that's horrible, Eden. Oh my goodness. That was a very scary. They did that on May Day. They did that on the witch holiday. So not only am I being trafficked here in Jackson County, Kentucky, they're performing ritual sacrifices on me. The witches here in Jackson County, Kentucky. Oh no, that's horrible. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sorry that your cat's going through that. Oh, thank you, Max. Thank you so much. Thank you for the chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. You know, the photos are very disturbing, but this really is happening. And this is why we share information, because you're not alone. You're not crazy. The weapons exist. They have existed for decades. They're keeping it a big, dark secret. The only thing I'd say about, those sores that your cat has, Edgar Casey always recommended castor oil packs. I mean, not that it's easy to do with a cat, with the fur and everything. Oh, well, thank you, SDL. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate it. It sounds like your cat, you're gonna need to do something topical. Like maybe with like a roller or something. Something that you can blot on. Oh, it's horrible what they do to animals. I mean, they killed 3 kittens this week. 3 kittens. Just the way they did on May Day last year. They harmed the eyes of 3 kittens. They're really into harming the left eye of animals. It's disgusting. Yes, hell. Well, they belong in hell. They want to worship Lucifer. Let them go to hell. It's nice and hot there for them. Oh, the Antichrist is blind in their left eye. Oh, how interesting. Yes, I can't really say that, SDL, but yes. What SDL is mentioning in the chat there, it's very evil. Oh, that's a good idea, Annie. That's a good idea. Oh, Katie, that's horrible. They ran over your cat. That's horrible. Oh, I have so many stories about pets. But it's just too much. Yeah, the Left Eye Club, exactly. The 33 Club, the Left Eye Club, the F Masons, the Three Masons, the cult. Yeah, the Left Eye Club is a cult. Oh my goodness. Wait, when did that happen? They shot your pet possum and left him on your driveway. Well, they left a dead possum in back of my house this week too. I have to look up what the symbolism is of that. Right before you swat. Oh, it was then. Okay. Oh, if you could find the link, that would be good. They play possum. Ah, yes. Well, yeah, they left a dead, stinky possum in the back where the chickens hang out. I was wondering what that smell was. It smelled like something dead, like a dead animal, but the way the wind was blowing and stuff, I wasn't sure where it was coming from until the wind died down, and then I found it. It is traumatizing. Ugh, that's so disgusting. They left rabbits. Ugh. These people are into torture, and it's widely known that individuals who torture animals are a nanosecond away from torturing a human, and the prisons are filled with these people. Eden says, if I catch them on my property, they will meet Jesus pronto. Yeah. You have your own form of Carmageddon. Yes, yes, they do, unfortunately. And also, I had an appointment back in New Jersey with Dr. Staniger, and I was talking to her about what they were doing with my cats. And she told me that they're basically not only experimenting on my cats, but they're doing it also, like they get a double whammy, is they're experimenting on my cats, but also the experimenting on my cats is also torturing me and also costing me money. So it's another form of asset stripping. Oh, that's horrible. They poison your doggy. Yes, it's biomedical research. Yeah, they gave my two cats in New Jersey. They gave one throat cancer and one cancer on the nose. And the irony of it is a month before, both cats had a vet appointment, clean bill of health, and then they were targeted with whatever weapons or whatever it is that they used. Yeah, thank you so much, Matt. I appreciate Max. I appreciate that. Yes, Joe says they are building their karmic debt in the spirit. That's true. You've been doing your prayers and throwing it back on them in the spirit realm. Gloves are off. Yes. Yes. Yes, I hear you guys. Well, I appreciate everybody joining in the chat and contributing to a lively chat this evening. So we've got like 2 minutes to go. If anybody wants anything to say, yes, salt and anoint your property too. Yes. Fight fire with fire. Do you have any idea how much salt I have bought on this property and spread? So much salt. I need to like to buy it in bulk somewhere. I need to search for that online. Place scripture in the windows and car. If the world hates you, remember that it hated me first. That's a quote from Jesus. Oh, that's a good idea to buy it in bulk at garden centers. That's a good idea. Oh, good. Yes, yes. Joe placed a link to his YouTube channel. So you can go follow Joe. Joe is really good at documenting his travels on the road and how the criminals harass him. Well, thank you all for joining in, everybody. And I hope everybody has a good night. And we're going to be closing the live chat. And thank you again. Thank you, Joe, for moderating and helping. I appreciate you too. And there goes my alarm to tell me it's midnight. So I'm going to end the live stream now. And I hope everybody's going to have a good rest of the evening. Oh, you're so welcome, Tony. Good night, everybody.